Right, this is a bit of a video review of my new office chair, which I'm only doing really because I was looking for video reviews online and I didn't see very many for this particular chair, which is from Herman Miller, and it's a Cosm chair, which isn't, I think, the biggest selling Herman Miller chair. I imagine that's the Aeron. And I want to talk through my experiences, why I tried it first of all, what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks in terms of testing it, and whether or not I am going to keep it or send it back to Herman Miller. In this time of COVID, it's been an interesting time, obviously, for lots of people, but many people have been working from home, and so have I. And I have been working from home on a chair that I will show you at some point. But first of all, I want to just spin this one round and show you how beautiful this chair is. You will note that it's a mesh chair, and not everybody likes a mesh chair, I'm told. And I was a little bit nervous of how it might feel. It's the first one I've bought. And that was one of the things that I wanted to test out. But the beauty of Herman Miller is that you get a money back guarantee and a trial period. It's different in different countries. I see a lot of videos talking about Aeron chairs saying you can send them back after 30 days or within 30 days. Here in the UK, your period is 2 weeks, 14 days. And 14 days have gone by. So what do I think of it? Yeah, I chose this chair, the Cosm, for a couple of reasons. One is I wanted something with a high back. Another one is that I didn't want something that was massively adjustable. I like chairs to just work. And I find myself, if I'm in an office environment, with an office chair, I'm finding that other people have sat in it. It takes me ages to find something comfortable. So I wanted something where the engineers had done all that work and nobody had messed it up with their own settings, which might be good for them. But I'm a pretty average guy and I don't find I need to adjust my lumbar support or anything like that. So if you want an adjustable chair, the Aeron is the way to go. If you want the perfect chair, I have a sneaking suspicion it may just be this Cosm. I'm going to sit in it now, and I'm doing this remotely. I've only got me, so I'll be walking away from the camera, and maybe the sound quality won't be as good when I get over there and sit in it. So, some things to point out, which I may do again if the sound isn't great. I love these arms, and we'll talk about those arms in more detail in a moment. It's height adjustable. That is the only adjustment you can make. Yeah, let's sit in it. I had a problem when I first sat in this chair, when I got it delivered, and it was something that made me think, oh no, perhaps I'm going to take this back. And the problem was a distinct sort of ridge that I felt under my thighs here, that made me feel that the seat, front to back, was really quite short. This is the old dining chair I sat on, and I remember earlier on I mentioned that I was discomforted by the ridge under my thighs about here, or what felt at the first like a ridge, and how short the seat was. Look how short this seat is. Anyway, that ridge, the feeling of that ridge is gone now entirely 2 weeks later, and I'm sitting in a far better position. This is too low for my desk, it's too low for my ergonomic position. Now, 2 weeks later, I don't feel it even. I've got a bit of lumbar support here that's in the shape of the chair. The chair is broad enough. I was concerned when I was ordering it that maybe my shoulders would dig into the edges here, but they don't. I'll just say that again, it is broad enough. I had a concern that my shoulders would dig into these plastic edges here and be uncomfortable. They don't go anywhere near it. Well, they can't go near it, but they don't. The plastic itself, though, is marvellous. I don't know quite why, but it, well, I know why it's marvellous. I don't know how it's marvellous. It, you know, it's quite rigid, it's firm, it's robust. I occasionally am scraping this arm under the edge of my table, but it doesn't seem to be suffering for that. And yet it feels kind of, here it doesn't feel flexible, but here it's quite thick. Here though, and of course the seat reclines, there is no locking mechanism. That's the thing some people may want, in which case look for another chair. This just reclines naturally, not massively far. Here I am. There we go. I've hit the stop there, and that's fine for me. I like a little bit of rocking. I don't like a necessarily fixed chair. And when I'm getting stuck into typing, I'm sitting up like this. I've got support in the back, but I'm not actually being pushed forward. Maybe it feels like there's a little bit of a, at this point, you know, no, I don't know. It feels great, is what I'm saying. It feels great. But yes, you can recline. You can sort of twist in this chair, and there's enough flexibility in the back of it that even now, when I'm trying to dig my shoulder into the plastic to make my shoulder hurt, and there's enough give and twist in the back of this chair that I'm not doing it. It's quite comfortable. It's not terribly comfortable because I'm twisting myself around here, which can't be good for anybody. But if I want to lean and talk to a colleague, it doesn't feel harsh and uncomfortable. It feels comfortable. The reason I chose these leaf arms, which are an option, you can have more standard arms, you can have adjustable arms, but I wanted these leaf arms because I don't actually generally use arms very much in an office chair. They kind of get in the way for me, but sometimes it's nice to be able to rest your elbow on them. Sometimes I like to sit a little bit skew F when I'm talking to a colleague, and you can do that, no problem at all. So this is just as much arm as I want. They're not adjustable, these leaf arms. They don't slide forward. They, I was worried that this mesh would be scratchy on, since I'm working from home now, I'm wearing a lot of t-shirts. So you know, my naked, dry elbows might get scratched up by this mesh. The mesh feels gorgeous. I really don't understand why it feels so gorgeous. As I said, this is the thing I was worried about when I bought my first mesh chair. This is my first mesh chair, and I was terribly worried that I'd find it very uncomfortable. My wife says that she would never buy a mesh chair, but I love it. I love the feel of this. So all in all, 2 weeks later, I have decided to keep this chair. Price-wise, that's quite a big investment. This is over £1,000. Because it was my first order and I signed up to the mailing list, I got a 10% discount, so I brought it down to just under £1,000. Something like £940. It's even more dollars. There seems to be quite a good exchange rate. It's not like Apple products that they just simply change the dollar sign for a pound sign. So, you know, it's a lower number in pounds than it is in dollars, but it's still a lot of pounds, a lot of money for somebody who's just been made redundant and is going to be contracting from home or finding work. If you have work for me, give me a shout. I'm currently unemployed. But I had just got sick of my previous seating arrangement. Here is the chair in my previously dining room, now my office. Yes, it's a mess. That's the way I like to work. But the chair still looks beautiful in it. It looks like the most beautiful thing, I think, in the office. God, I love the shape of it, that elegant simplicity. I am a sucker for that. If you were a minimalist, it would look good in a minimalist space at all. Obviously, you cannot say that I am a minimalist. Anyway, this is where I sit, and just let's focus on these lovely, lovely leaf arms again. So, yeah, I think I recommend it. It may not be for you. If you like adjustability, don't get it. If you like a chair that just works, get it.